This is Crazy Kyle with another food review for you from the Microwave Monday series, where we try noodles and soups and everything else. But right now we're on the ramen noodle streak, where we try every ramen noodle on the shelf, and we're gonna find out every Monday what's the best ramen. And until I figure it out, I'm gonna try them all, because discovery is key. Right now we're on about the 8th episode. Right now, the best ones have been. I would have to say the best ones were probably the other Fortune noodles. So, I mean, this is a really good brand. I have like a few of these in the fridge. Alright. I got my ramen right here. It's still pretty hot, so I'm gonna give this like 2 or 3 minutes to cool off. I ain't trying to burn myself. If you've never tried these, I highly recommend you look at them. They've got hot and spicy, mushroom, chicken, teriyaki. They have a sweet and spicy. They have undono. They have what else do they have? Teriyaki beef, teriyaki chicken. They have quite a few flavors, but it's kept in the refrigerator. It's not like your standard microwave noodle. This isn't kept on the shelf. If you put this on the shelf for more than a day, it's gonna go bad. So these are slightly pre-cooked and steamed noodles. So it means they're not covered in the wax that all the other instant noodles are covered in. So if you've ever gotten a ramen noodle, 90% of them are covered in wax. If you've ever looked at the hot water after you're done cooking a ramen noodle and it looks foggy, but when you cook spaghetti noodles, it only looks slightly foggy, that's because there's a difference between starch and wax. And there's actually a wax coating on most of the cheap generic ramen noodles. And that's because it prevents it from sticking. And the proper directions for cooking those noodles is you're actually supposed to drain the water and then fill it with more hot water. But most people don't do that. Most people just they just drink the water, not knowing that there is a significant amount of wax in there. I don't know if you remember the wax candies from the 80s, but there's more wax in a ramen noodle than there is in a handful of those candies. There's a reason those noodles don't stick together. If you've ever cooked noodles and they stick together, the reason that they stick together is because they're not covered in wax like the ramen noodles are. That's why ramen noodles never stick together. But that's also why you're supposed to drain the noodle water and then refill it. So when you cook ramen noodle, you cook it and then you drain the water and then you fill it again and then you add the broth. That's the proper way of cooking it. Most people don't know that. And most people they just drink the wax. But I mean, you have to notice when you're drinking the broth. You have to notice the texture difference. Like, it's doesn't it make your mouth feel waxy? It's freeze dried residual. No, not on ramen noodles. It's a palatable wax, digestible and consumable. But it is technically it's a poly something. I'd have to look it back up. It's a wax. But these guys, they don't have that because they've been steamed and then dried and then packaged. They don't stick together. So how you cook these is you boil water. You drop these in the boiling water for about 3 minutes, and then that's it. And because they've already been cooked, you don't have a starchy water. You don't. All right, here's my ramen noodle bowl. So I also like to put barbecued pork, the Asian style barbecued pork in my ramen noodles. First, we're gonna try the noodles. Now you notice right away these noodles look different than your standard cheaper ramen noodles. They also have a different texture. So these can actually be reused as a stir fry as well. There's instructions on the package to make them a stir fry. Okay. Alright, when done, the spoon is getting out of the way. Move out of the way so I can actually use the chopsticks. I'd like to see where it's a freeze-dried residual, because everything I've seen says it's a perishable wax. It can be consumed and digested. These really are a lot better than your standard 30 cent, 25 cent ramen noodle packets. They're like $3 a packet, though. Huh. I definitely need to practice more with the chopsticks. It's a pretty good noodle. It's got a nice teriyaki flavor. It's not overwhelming and pungent, but it's definitely complimentary. And with these slices of this teriyaki pork I have in here, this is pretty solid. I think the only thing it's missing is maybe some chopped up onions and maybe some mushrooms and broccoli. But doing these reviews, I'm trying to review them as generic as possible. But I'm adding this sliced pork into like all of them, so that shouldn't change the factor of any of them, if all of them have one common ingredient. And I figured it's something that's not going to really change the flavor of the dish, but add more substance to it. Come on. What? I would say this might be the best one I've had so far. I'm gonna have to give this for an instant noodle I think I have to give this one like a 9. 9 to a 10. This is one of the best ones. This is top 2. I'll definitely be getting this flavor again. It's Yakisoba Teriyaki Noodles by Fortune. Oh, that's right. They're even vegan noodles for you vegans out there. And the stir fry directions are right here on the back if you want to do them in stir fry. It says they're microwavable, but I don't cook them in the microwave. I put boiling water on a pot. Let it hit boil for like 3 minutes. Throw the noodles in there for about 3 minutes. Stir it around. Pull it off. Boom, they're done. I don't like microwaving things if I don't have to. Yeah, it's oh wow, I didn't realize it's 8 ounces. And it's a ½ pound of noodles too. I didn't realize it's that much. Let's look at the nutrition value. Oh, 210 calories for the noodles with 10% iron and 2% potassium. 6 grams of protein. What are these noodles made out of? Enriched wheat flour. Okay. Oh well, somehow they put some kind of vitamins in there. It says you can even, for extended use, freeze for up to 3 months, defrost in a refrigerator or in boiling water. So apparently you can freeze these guys too, which I did not know. Alright folks, that is all for today. Don't forget to check out our next live. Going to be doing a special food live tomorrow. I'm going to be cooking some ribs and some steaks and some pork chops. So come on by. Don't forget to like, leave some comments, tell me some things I should review in some other videos. Until next time folks, Crazy Kyle's out of here.